What's up guys, Jam here. Today we'll be covering the Otto Suwen's internal affairs struggle side story. This side story takes place during the first 3 chapters of Arc 5. Anime only should be safe for the most part, but if you want to go in completely blind for Season 3, this is your only warning. With that being said, let's get right into the side story. Otto, I find it unfair that you're always traveling together with Subaru. Standing in front of Otto was a red-faced Petra. Otto sighs as he was just trying to relax after finishing hours worth of paperwork. It just seems that way because of my position. Is that so? So you haven't been secretly asking Lord Roswell to please let you be together with Subaru whenever he goes out? That means I'm being treated like a pretty creepy guy here, doesn't it? Otto explains to Petra that she was already scheduled to attend a meeting with Roswell months in advance. The pouting Petra sighs as Otto was not wrong. Otto, seeing Petra's disappointment, offers to go speak to Roswell on her behalf. It's fine, I'm not a kid anymore. I can't keep causing trouble for others with these things. Otto then bursted out laughing, which caused Petra's face to redden. Otto, you're evil. You were just testing me. Forgive me, but your answer was prompt, wasn't it? That made me feel at ease. I kindly ask you to be the Margrave's babysitter. Petra, you are the only one who can do this. Petra nodded in agreement. Petra tells Otto to look after the others in Pristella. Otto gave her a firm nod. By the way, are you worried about me? You'll be alright, won't you? Why should I be worried? I really don't understand why I'm being looked at with such a confused face, you know? We then cut to Frederica knocking on the door. Otto, may I come in? Otto looked up from his desk and was surprised to see Frederica standing in front of him. Otto mentions it's odd for her to come at this time as she is normally on break. Frederica nods before she bows in front of Otto. Otto, as it appears that Petra was impolite earlier this morning, I offer an apology from my side too. I have already made sure to firmly warn that girl. Otto starts shaking his head before speaking up. Otto tells Frederica that is normally how they talk to one another, although he wonders if that is acceptable. Frederica sighs as they can't continue to spoil Petra, otherwise it will hinder her growth. You know, I somehow get the feeling that what you're showing is rather than consideration towards me, it's for Petra's future. That is not something I can completely deny. Otto sighs before asking if Frederica is also worried about Garfield. Frederica nods and mentions that she is mostly worried if Garfield can behave himself during the royal selection. She then apologizes for making Otto worry about her worries. Otto smiles and shakes his head. No problem, I'm used to. Never mind, I sound like I'm considering myself a punching bag, do I not? Know that we do rely on you though. At the end of the day, this faction would not function without you. I beg of you, take care of everyone, especially my foolish brother. Otto's face was starting to get a bit red as he saw Frederica bow politely before him. Is something wrong, Otto? I don't know. Being treated this decently has moved my heart much more than I thought it would. I swear, I will do my best. By the way, Frederica, are you worried about me? Worried about you? What does that mean? Even Frederica does this to me? We then cut to Rom sitting on Otto's desk while sipping some tea. Otto, I'll be entering whenever I want. I just brewed you tea, so thank me. Otto had just returned from taking a bath and was surprised to see Rom sitting on his desk. At this point, it is no longer surprising, but why now? I would think you would be in the middle of treatment with the Margrave at this time if it were a normal day. Or am I wrong? Yes, that's right. So I took a moment from my work hours and decided to drop by, and even during this break, my time with Lord Roswell is being chopped to bits. I hope you're conscious of that. That's an awful way to phrase it. Otto sighs before taking the cup of tea and takes a big sip. Otto then mentions that a lot of people have been coming with tasks for him today and wonders if Rom has come for the same thing about Pristella. Rom went quiet before letting out a big sigh. Who we're dealing with is a proper royal selection candidate, and then we have the not proper Amelia going out to meet her personally. You understand your duty as her advisor is an important one, right? That's a pretty harsh way to put it. Glossing over the facts isn't going to make them change. Besides, Amelia's course of action will also affect Lord Roswell's greatest desire too. And I don't want to see that face of disappointment when things fail. I just wonder, whose face is it that you do not want to see? The Margrave's or Amelia's? Anyway, you've been warned. Looks like you're done drinking the tea. Think of this as a reward already being paid in advance and then go give it your all out there. So this was a bribe? At least I want one more cup when I come back. That settles it then. Rom had a smile on her face, which was a rare sight for Otto to see. By the way, this will also be the first time I have actual involvement with the royal selection. Are you not worried? Stop asking when you already know the answer. How nasty. We then cut to Otto brushing his teeth before getting ready to sleep. He recalls his conversation with Petra and the others today. Could it be that they trust me after all? Otto is then interrupted by Amelia, who had just returned from a bath and was on her way to bed. Otto couldn't help but notice how beautiful Amelia was and understood why Subaru was so crazy for her. Amelia, will you be going to sleep soon? Yes, I will. I gotta rest well and prepare for Pristella. I know I might end up causing a lot of trouble for others, but I'll be doing my very best. But if you're there, I'm sure it'll be alright, because we rely on you a lot. Well then, good night, Otto. I hope your dreams are sweet tonight. Amelia smiled and waved to Otto before she took her leave. Otto let out a long deep sigh before heading to his bedroom. Looks like they trust me after all. And that sums up the Otto Suwen's internal affairs struggle side story. Let me know what you thought of the side story in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.